Hey everybody, it's Iceman50 here. Let's do a quick video here of these little lights that I got from Menards. They're supposed to be like little night lights, I guess. And you know, they're pretty cool. You put them in, they're light activated. You know, you can put them in, it's just an outlet, and they turn on and off by themselves. The issue is, if you turn them in upside down, there's no protection in the circuit inside, and they'll blow the little transistor that turns them on and off. Okay. Anyways, the point being is that you know, they work pretty good, but if you're turning them upside down, they blow themselves up. Now you can get these in like 8 packs for like 15 bucks. I'll show you what they look like, and you know, if you're so inclined, you know, like me, I got tired of these things. You know, sometimes they would just pop by themselves, but you know, somebody would pull one out, you know, one of the family, and they put it in upside down, and then it just stops working. So I figured out, you know, what the problem was, and I ordered some parts from DigiKey, and it works. You just replace the transistor and it works. Unfortunately, the circuit still doesn't have any kind of, you know, reverse protection to protect this little transistor. It's just a little NPN, general purpose transistor. So replacing it works, but you know, you got to make sure that you put them in the right way, otherwise it's just going to blow again. But you know, tried to educate everybody here at this point as to what not to do. So I'll bring you back and you can check it out, and I'll go through how they look and how they work, and then, you know, what I did, and then we'll go from there. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright everybody, here's the lights that I'm talking about. Unfortunately, tested by ETL, which doesn't really mean much to me. I worked at Underwriters Laboratories for over 5 years, and you know, they know how to do things. ETL, I don't think they're as good. You can call me biased or whatever, but pretty much I try not to buy stuff with the ETL logo on it, because it means to me that it wasn't 100% tested, or tested really quick, and you know, just not that good. I don't think their standards aren't as high as Underwriters are. Anyways, that's my rant on ETL, but I'll show you how these things are supposed to work. So you come over here, and you know, you plug them in, and you can see, you know, no light. You know, this is how it works. They're nice. So, but if you know, put it in this way, it blows up the little transistor that's inside. I've got, you can see how many I've got here, because, you know, they're always blowing up. So I got one here. I'm going to show you with the case. You know, I kind of already taken it apart, but basically you can see what I do is I just take a knife here, and you just kind of come across, and you kind of twist a little bit, and then the case pops off like this. So what you got in here now, this is 120 volts. Okay, obviously you plug it in. So you got your 120 plug here. You can see it goes right to the back. That's where it comes in. You got the circuit board over here, right in the middle. You got the sensor right here. It's a little photo cell. You can see it. So this little guy right here, this little 3-pin transistor. I don't know if I can zoom in a little bit more. There you go. So they call it Q1. D1 is a bridge rectifier. Okay, so it takes the AC voltage, converts it into DC voltage. You got a larger size capacitor here for noise and that kind of stuff. And then, you know, you just got your 4 LEDs, right? And then you got a resistor here that goes on one leg. I don't know, maybe it's a gate or something of this little transistor. So what happens is that, you know, this little guy blows out, and then the thing doesn't work. Okay? So I'm going to show you how to replace this little guy, you know, this little guy right here, and it'll get them working again. So you can see, I'll take this one for example. And you see, I'm gonna plug it in the way I did the other one, you know, kind of straight up and down, not this way, but this way. And I plug it in. Now, please, everybody, you know, just don't go sticking your fingers in, you know, exposed 120 volt circuits. But you know, you can test it by, here I'm touching the, you see I'm touching the sensor, and it's not, you saw the other one is when I touched it, it was coming on. This is the light sensor. This is a photo cell. So when the resistance on these is high, and when you touch them, you know, or there's low light, they go low, and then it turns on that little transistor, which turns on the LEDs. It's a pretty simple circuit. So what I'll do is we'll go ahead and I'll show you my setup and what I'm going to do. And you know, even if you don't have the best tools, you can still make this happen. You know, really all you need is some wick from, like, you can even get some solder wick even on Amazon, and you know, a pair of tweezers is good. And I'll show you the package. I will go over to my bench and I'll show you what's going on. But it's pretty simple. You know, a couple of minutes worth of work, and you can get, you know, hopefully we're going to get all of these working. I'm not going to show you, but I tested them just before I started shooting this video, and none of these guys work. So we're going to go ahead and fix them up, and I'll show you that all of them work, and I'll show you the DigiKey part numbers and everything. So I like them. It's just they got a fatal flaw. So, you know, once you know how they work and what you should and shouldn't do, they're okay. I've had the one I've had here, you know, for quite a while. I've had these for years, you know, and I got this one here, and I've even got, I had one over there. I don't see where it is right now, but I had one. So we'll fix these up and we'll bring it back. Hang on. All right, everybody, here's my I'm sure nobody cares, but here's my 3D printer setup. This is a TiVo Tarantula. This is not a Pro, but I make 3D printed parts and stuff for it. I make them for a company called Treat Stock, and you know, it's a way to make some money. You see, I got some parts here that I made. These aren't for sale on Treat Stock, but you know, this is stuff you can get off Thingiverse or whatever. But the real deal here is this is what I use for my soldering iron. This is a Heiko FX100. You see that? I know it kind of sucks with the light from outside. So I use an FX100. This is their RF soldering station. Really nice. It's got you know, removable tips. You just pull them in and out. I think this one I'm using here is this is a simple one. It's a small broad tip, which, you know, I have multiple tips over here. So you see I got the Big Daddy. This one's for soldering like Dean's connectors, high current connections, stuff like that. So they come in different colors, which represent different temperatures. This one, I think these are like 850 C. This is one, obviously here, it's my surface mount one. The tip's broken off of it. It's really teeny. This one's a black, which is like 750. And this is a different one for a small portable soldering iron, but it actually uses the same connections as a Heiko, which is pretty interesting. But yeah, so we're just going to use this one, and I'll show you these are the parts that I got off of here. Let's see if I can zoom in here. Figure this out. So this is a MMS 8050-S-TPMS, and then the CTND is cut tape. This is from DigiKey. So you can see that the manufacturer part number here is the MMS S8050-H-TP. And you can see that it's an NPN transistor, 25 volt, 1.5 amp. It's a SOT23. That's the package that we're talking about. This is the, you know, the most common surface mount package for 3-pin devices like transistors or whatnot. I bought this forever ago. I don't even, oh, here you can see. January 10th of 2018 is when I placed the order. So, and I bought a whole bunch of these. As you can see, I bought 25 of them because I figured, you know, I'm probably going to be fixing these a bunch. So yeah, let me get the camera set up here, and I'll show you what's going on here. I'll move my my stuff over, and I'll show you what we're going to do and how we're going to do it. I'll get some better lighting here. I got my hot light. This is a pretty nice lamp here. These got the magnifying glass with the hot lamp, which is like that's their proprietary. It's a really nice white light. Works pretty good. So, and then I'll get that on, and we'll show you what's going on. I'll be right back. All right, everybody. I just wanted to show you I use, goggles because I'm old and blind. So, and you can get these off of Amazon. They're made by a company called OptiVisor. These are pretty nice. They're about 45 or 50 bucks or so, but these are the same ones I use at work. These are pretty good. When you're old and blind like me, you really need to be able to see this stuff. It's pretty small, So I'm gonna go ahead and get started here, and you can see what I'm doing, and then we'll show you that everything's fixed. Okay, so here I go. We'll turn on the soldering iron here, and we'll show you. Okay. So we'll flip this on. FX100 says hello. Now the cool part about this is that you'll see that it comes on and turns on. Now the lower bars just mean it's at a steady rest state. The cool part about Heikos is that they heat up within about 10-15 seconds. So when I lift this, there's a sensor, there's a magnet in the sensor in the base, and you'll see that this will immediately ramp up. So now it's maximum heating. You can see I got the iron here, and see now it's down to low bars again, which means it's up to temperature. It's ready to go. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna set this back down once I figure out what I'm doing here, and I'm gonna go ahead, and you're gonna need some tweezers. I got some little ESD safe tweezers. In fact, it says like ESD 15. I don't know if you can really see that or not. Anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna pick one of these out of the pile here, and I do also have one of these. Here it is. These are real handy. This is called a Pan of Ice Junior. Great little. This is Pan of Ice Junior. It's got these spots where you can actually hold circuit boards. It's got a little wheel here. You open it up. These are great for holding stuff like this. So we'll just go ahead and open this up. Get this here, and we'll go ahead and get this part out of here. I gotta find my solder wick. It's around here somewhere. And we'll go from there. Not trying to be all super production with this or anything, so bear with me here. I'm just trying to show you all what it takes. Not like a lot of shortcuts. So just make sure that you don't mess that up too bad. Get this in there. Heads in. Pretty nice. We're good to go. We'll get our pieces out here. And you can see I've already used a bunch of them here. You can see, they just come wrapped in this little thing. So this is called a cut tape from DigiKey. So we'll pull one out, and I know this is crazy. You can barely see that thing, and it's teeny. So because they got 3 legs, you can only really put them one way, and whatnot. So let me see if I can zoom in here. I don't want to zoom too much. We'll zoom in. And the iron's ready to go. Let me see if I can find some. I got my solder here. Some solder. And look at my little box over here. And any solder work? I think I'd be better prepared. But okay, so I guess we're gonna wing it. We're just gonna do this how I usually do things, which is you don't got what you need, wing it. So we're gonna use the tweezers, and we're just gonna kind of lift up on each leg while we heat it. You know, not really the best. See, I'm lifting up and I kind of hit both at the same time. But you know, the thing that you don't want to do is rip up the pads. But and there we go. See, just a couple seconds on one side, a couple seconds on the other, and you can literally see that if I can. Of course, it's because I'm all zoomed in here. There's the part. So I'm gonna set this down, and I'm just gonna touch a little bit of solder to these. You know, they're old. This one looks like I may have even done it before. It's hard to tell. Just a little dab, little dab, little dab, and ideally you'd use the wick and you'd, you know, get rid of all of that off of there. But you know, I just wanted to do this video quick and dirty. We'll go ahead in here, and we're gonna move it in here, and we're gonna tack that side, tack that side, and we're just gonna push down here, tack that third side. Now it's covered, and that should be it. I mean, you saw it's 5 seconds, and I didn't even need to do the desoldering braid, soldering wick, desoldering wick, whatever you call it. So we'll go ahead and let's zoom out, and we'll take this out. This is not edited. Okay, we're gonna pull this out, and then we're gonna come over here. It's not easy to look through a camera and walk. We're gonna come over here. We're gonna pull this guy out, which you already see. So that one works. Oh yeah, it works. So this is exactly the same one. This is the same one that I showed you in the beginning of the video. It doesn't, you know, it didn't work. It took 5 seconds to replace that. And if you got some isopropyl alcohol on a little brush, you can go ahead and clean that off. Get rid of the flux that's in there, or whatever. You can see that I probably messed with this one before. There's some resin, some rosin in there, and I would say rosin. And let's see what happens. Let me switch hands with the camera here. Show you what happens. This is the part where it blows up and the video stops. Oh, did you see that? You see that little flash? Oh, look. See? Okay, you see that? Let's take this off, and we'll go get a cover here. Got a cover. There's our cover. And we'll just snap this on, and it's pretty much all the same. So there's, I think you get those two little cutouts. I think it goes just like this. And the photocell goes right up inside of this hole here. A little tricky with one hand. I think we can get it. Just kind of line it up pretty close. Okay. Hang on, I got the stand on the lamp, on the gimbal. Okay. Oh, so maybe they go this way, you know, to the top. We'll see which way fits. I'm pretty sure it was the other way. Okay, so it looks like it's fitting. So if these are the prongs here, you got the Oh, down at the bottom. So I guess it would be on the opposite side of the things here. So let's get this on. See, it just pops right together. And then, you know, the LEDs diffuse inside of this cover. So now, you can see. Hey! Yeah. Now, you have to get pretty close, but, you know, I mean, it's just a generic NPN transistor. You know, it's the most important part is the voltage that, you know, you need to see. And so anyways, you can see that, you know, here we fixed one. I'll fix the rest, and yeah, that's about it. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you bought these things from menards, you know, and they got all teed off that they died, that's what the issue is. And I guess when I do the video, I'll put that DigiKey part number in the bottom comments or whatever of the video, so you can see it. But all right, well, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Hey everybody, just wanted to show you that I'm not, you know, full of crap or anything. I just did these in like 10 minutes. There's another one. They're so easy. See that one works. This one works. That one works. That one works. Man, there's so many of these. This one works. And so I wanted to, you know, fix them. I hate throwing stuff in the landfill, and especially something like this. The parts are really cheap. I'll like I said, I'll include a link to DigiKey. Hell, maybe even I'll take you to DigiKey's site and show you. She's a runner. That one's nice and strong. And we got one more. Right. Okay. Cool, right? All right. Well, I'll bring you back and I'll show you DigiKey's webpage, and then we'll call it a day. All right, everybody. There's my dream car. Well, let's turn off this light now so you can see that. And then we're just going to type in DIGIKEY And then we're going to come over here. I never click on the one with the ad. I don't know, that's just my thing. Come down here. Get to their web page. We're going to type in. It's just easiest if we type in their number, which is MMSS 8050-TPMSCT-NB. Enter. They can't tell me I'm full of crap or something, I'm sure. Yeah, because did I do the wrong thing? Okay. MMSS 8050. Oh, 8050 H dash. See, nobody's perfect. It's H 8050 dash H dash. There's too many dashes. Remember, kids, don't drink and use a computer. It's not good. There we go. There's that bad boy right there. So you can see it's a micro commercial company part. It's transistor NPN 1.0 amp, SOT 23. Oh, 13,512 in stock. Can ship immediately. Quantity 1. And the price breakdown: 18 cents a piece for one. See, I always go for the larger quantity, right? So, you know, when you do that, if I ordered 25, you saw that. So it drops it down to 16 cents. So it's only $4 for 25 of these things. That means for $4 you can fix 25 of these bad boys. And yeah, you're gonna need it. I will admit, on one of them here, I just sacrificed one to the carpet gods. It dropped off and flew away forever. So, but yeah, that's about it. And I'll include a link for this in the description. But thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. All right, here's a third video using the gimbal, but not using the DJI Mimo software. Here's something I found interesting. It says the sound quality is quite bad, but only when using the DJI Mimo software. So I think that's kind of messed up. I mean, here there's some interesting stuff, like you get the grid lines and stuff with the Mimo app, but maybe what I did before was just use it like this, and I didn't use the Mimo app. So, I'm only recording here in 720p, but I'm going to listen to this back, and what do you want to bet that that's what it is for whatever reason this Mimo app is causing the issue. We'll figure that out, and we'll see what happens. I might throw this in at the end of the video here, some B-roll clip, just because I'm getting tired I noticed that the audio wasn't that great. It was sounding weird. And I don't want to put out videos for you guys that don't sound good. So let me listen to this back, and if that's the issue, then I'm gonna go ahead and I'll throw this in at the end of the video.